Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're talking about how you can play a song by Florida Georgia Line called Round Here. And it's really only 2 chords, and we're going to end up moving this with the capo to first fret. But we're going to start out on an A minor chord. And the way you play A minor, first finger is going to go to the B string on the first fret, second finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like an A minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the A minor, we're going to be going to a C major chord. And the way you play C major, all you really have to do is move the third finger to the A string on the third fret. So I got first finger on the B string, first fret, second finger on the D string, second, third finger on the A string on the third. And if you strum all those together, that's a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And that's basically our chord progression through the entire song. Is kind of the A minor, C, A minor, C. But a lot of times with a song like this, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. Actually, we'll talk about a couple cool variations of this too, but one of my favorite 4/4 strum patterns is down, down, up, up, down, up. So to the A minor, just try that a lot. You have down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. So you want to do that a lot with your right hand to kind of get used to it, just to kind of work it. And one way to play the song actually would be just doing that strum pattern on A minor and then that strum pattern on C. So we tried it that way. We'd have A minor, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, up. And then there are a couple spots in the song where you just kind of have a big down on the C hit, actually kind of your chorus tag. It's just kind of a big C with a down. That's also our ending. But in the recording, what it really kind of sounds like is you do an A minor with a down, down, up, and then an up, and then you'd hit the C for a down, and then an up, up, down, up, down. And what we're doing is we're kind of syncopating a little bit, actually kind of changing where the chord would happen so it doesn't happen on the downbeat. So we got A minor with a down, down, up, C with a down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, C on the down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, C on the down, down, A minor, down, down, up, C on the down, down, up. Now one other thing I would think about adding to the song though is bass notes, and a lot of times on the very first down on the chord, you can kind of throw in a bass note for that chord. So on the A minor, you can do an A string for your bass, and if you're just to practice this, you can try the whole down, up, down, up. So you got A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down. And on the C chord, you have the A string for your bass. And what you're really doing is kind of playing the lowest note that has the name of that chord. And that's normally what the bass player does. So it's kind of simulating playing with a bass player doing A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down to C. So we want to kind of experiment with that. And if we threw our bass notes in our syncopated pattern, we'd have A minor with the bass, down, up, C with the bass, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, C with an A bass, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, C with an A bass, down, A minor with an A bass, down, C. So you can kind of work it that way too. And there's a really cool solo part actually that's kind of recurring through the song, where you can kind of take open G string and kind of do a hammer on the second fret. So I'm going to play in the open G and just kind of put my second finger down on the G string on the second fret. And then we play second fret of the G again, and then open G twice. And then we go D on the second, and then we go back to that open G and kind of do a hammer on the open, or the second fret on the G string twice, and then play open G. So you got O, 2, 2, O, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, and then O, 2, 2, O, O. And then the first time we kind of go to the B string and you do a first fret, or an open B string, and kind of do a hammer onto the first fret. So I'm kind of playing the open string, letting my finger go down with enough force to carry it. And then we're going to take third fret on the B string and kind of do a slide to fifth fret. So I'm kind of playing third finger on the third fret on the B and keeping enough pressure to get the sound to kind of slide. And then we're going to third fret on the high E string, and then going to third on the B string and doing a slide back to first fret, and then second on the G is kind of a pull off to open G. So all together you got O, 2, O, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, O, 2, 2, O, O, 1, 3, 5, 3, 3, 1, 2, O. And then we kind of kick it off again with that O2, 2, O, O2, 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 O. And then we go O2, 2, O2, O, and on the G string, and go to the B string and kind of do that hammer on back to the O1 on the B string. Play around with that to kind of add it in. And actually there's a lot more solo licks actually where when the solo actually comes in, you'd have third on the A string, and then open D is kind of a hammer on the second fret, open G, second fret on the G, open G, open D, and then third on the A string. And then we go to the G string and kind of do a hammer on the second fret, and then play that 3 more times, and then do a pull off to open G, and then we go to the D on the second fret, and then we go open D, and then third fret on the A string is kind of a pull off to open A, and then third fret on the low E string. And I know they're kind of tuning down for this actually, because there's some notes I'm having to kind of move by octave on this next part, where you play open A twice, and then low E third twice, and then we go second fret on the A string and do a hammer on the third fret, and then third fret on the D, and then second fret on the D, and then open G, second on the G, open G, second on the G, and then first fret on the B. So you got 3, O2, O2, O, O, 3. It's kind of a lead off for the solo when it actually starts. You got that O2, 2, 2, 2, O2, 2, 2, 2, 2, O, 3, O, 3, and then O, O, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, O2, O2, 1. And then on the next part, you kind of play that third fret on the A string. And I'm kind of moving some of this by octave, but 3 on the A, open to 2 as a hammer on the D string, open G, 2 on the G, and then first fret on the B. And then third fret on the B string is kind of a slide to 5th fret, and then high E third, and then we go to third on the B string and kind of do that slide to 5 again, 3 on the high E, and then 5 on the high E, and then we go third on the B as a slide back to 1st fret, second on the G, open G, 3rd fret, slide to 5th on the B string, and then 8th fret on the high E string. But then we go back to 5th fret as kind of a slide to 3, and then 5 on the G, 3 on the B, 5 on the G, 2 on the G, open G, 2 on the G twice, and then open G twice, and then you go as open to kind of a hammer on the 1st fret on the B string. So all together, you got 3, O2, O2, O, O, 3 is kind of lead off, and then O2, 2, 2, 2, O2, 2, 2, 2, 2, O, 3, O, 3, O, O, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, O2, O2, 1, 3, O2, O2, 1, 3, 5, 3, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 3, 1, 2, O, 3, 5, 8, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, O, 2, 2, O, 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 1. And then the only other break actually in the tune is kind of in the bridge part. And you can kind of approach the bridge part kind of in a couple ways. You can either do just downs on each chord, which can be a very, very cool thing to kind of just take that A minor and the C and kind of break it up. But there's a cool little banjo part in the background. If you want to kind of simulate that, you can do what are called arpeggios on the chords, where instead of doing the strum over all the strings, you kind of break it up. So if you kind of go A string and then G and then D, B, and come back G, D, G on the A minor chord. So I'm going A, G, D, B, G, D, G, A, G, D, B, G, D, G. That could be a very, very cool thing to kind of simulate a banjo roll. And you could kind of do that same idea on the C chord. So if you wanted to, you could kind of go back and forth between those. Or you could kind of anticipate the C a little bit. Play around with some arpeggios on that part. But the weird thing is, to play along with Florida Georgia Line, instead of starting on an A minor chord, they actually start on a B flat minor chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 1st fret, now your A minor is really a B flat minor, and your C major is really a D flat major. But just to take it from the very, very beginning that way, you could just do your down, down, up, down through our intro. Where we got the A minor, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, C. Or if you're kind of digging on the bass notes on that, you'd have A minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, big C. Or if you're kind of digging thinking on that syncopated pattern, then we got down, down, up, C with the down, up, down, down, minor with the down, down, up, C with the down, up, down, minor down, down, up, down, down, minor down, down, up, big C. Or you could kind of throw in that intro part if you're playing lead guitar. You could do that O, 2, 2, O, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, O, 2, 2, O, O, 1, 1, 3, 5, 3, 3, 1, 2, O, O, 3, 2, 2, O, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, O, 2, 2, O, 2, O, O, 1, to kind of add it in. And then you'd be going into your verse part. So if we tried that syncopated part with the bass notes, then we have the A minor with the bass, down, up, C with an A bass, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, C with an A bass, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, C with an A bass, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, C with an A bass, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, C with an A bass, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, C with an A bass, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, C with an A bass, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, and then at the very end of kind of your verse chorus, you got a big hit on the C, just like the intro. And then we'd be repeating all of that until we get to our solo part. And then we could try our solo licks, where we get that 3, O, 2, O, 2, O, O, 3 is kind of the lead in. And then O, 2, 2, 2, O, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, O, 3, O, 3, O, O, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, O, 2, O, 2, 1, 3, O, 2, O, 2, 1, 3, 5, 3, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5, 3, 1, 2, O, 3, 5, 8, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, O, 2, O, 2, 2, O, O, 1. And then you'd be going into kind of your bridge right after that solo, so you could do that with kind of just the downs if you wanted to kind of just block it, or you could kind of try and play around with those arpeggios where you had the A minor with the A, G, D, B, G, D, G, C, A minor, C, or you could try that syncopated arpeggio. We got the A minor, C, A minor, C. From there, then we'd be going back into kind of our verse chorus. So we'd be back to the A minor with the down, down, up, C with the down, down, A minor down, down, up, C with the down, down, A minor with the down, up, C with the down, down, And at the very end, we got that down, up, C with the down. Or if we're doing that with our bass notes, we have A minor with an A bass, down, up, C with an A bass, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, C with an A bass, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, C with an A bass, down, with an A bass, down, up, big C, kind of at the very end. But that's the basics of how you could strum through Round Here by Florida Georgia Line. So good luck!